Today is Saturday, July 19th, 2025, and we are parked at the end of Gale River Road North. So if you come in like you're going to go to North Twin Trailhead, no, what am I thinking of? Galehead. You're going to park like you're going up to Galehead. But instead of continuing and taking a right to get to Galehead Trailhead, you continue straight on the road. So let me show that. So normally you come in and you turn here, but we just continue down the road. This is us where we're parked. We're going to walk out this road, which I just looked at. Looks like it's got a single track going down it like that. And then we're going to follow, I mean, technically this is a bushwhack, but there's a trail that shows up on Gaia right here. Go out to, on Gaia it says Haystack Mountain. Other name for it is the Nubble. So peak above the Nubble is the peak that rises behind the Nubble. And the Nubble is really cool looking. It looks like a haystack or like a sugarloaf, like a nice round pointed peak sticking up. And from what I've heard, there's excellent views of Franconia Ridge and maybe the presidentials. I don't know. I'm excited to go check this out. It's going to be super short. It's very close to where we live. And it's a beautiful day today. So, and we have things to do today, so we needed something short. We shouldn't see any people, I would expect. We're the only car here, and we're going to set off. We're about 2/10 of a mile in now. It's a snowmobile trail. You could totally ride a bicycle on here, which I've always wondered about, because you could connect Haystack Road with this, with Gale River Road. But you'd only really want to do that if you had a bike. Yeah, definitely this is a snowmobile trail. You can see coming up we've got markers for snowmobiles. And I don't see any prints from deer or moose or anything. I do see people prints. We saw a deer on Gale River Road as we were driving in. And this will meet up with Haystack Road, but we're only going to take it down maybe a third of the way before we cut off to the right. I'm half a mile in almost exactly, and on the right hand side, as you start coming around a corner and slightly downhill, you'll see this, and it is very obvious. So, I mean, it is a map. It is a trail on the Gaia map, so I'm assuming that we just can follow the trail up, and it's not really a bushwhack. Let's go check it out. We're about 2/10 in on the trail portion now. When you first get on it, it's like a road, and now it's transitioned into a trail, but it's really nice. Very obvious. There are footprints that I can see, so people are using it. It's much nicer than Landing Camp Trail. I said it's much nicer than Landing Camp Trail. That was the most overgrown right there, and it was only a little 10-foot section. All right, a couple more tenths and I think we'll be there. I don't know if I can tell where it is from here. If you look on the slope angle, it's just like a cone of black, which is super steep. Oh, here's our first blowdown. But even that, I just barely duck. Nice. We're a little bit over a mile in now, and the trail comes up here. It's going to continue along. I'm not sure if it continues on this side. I think it does, but there's water source right here. Very easy to get to, which is quite nice. Let me walk out here. Sun is not good. Here we go. So there is water about a mile in. The trail just came through here, and then we crossed this, which has a little bit of water on it. It's obviously a mostly dry area that had running water in the past. It's like a sliding rock all the way down as far as you can see. And then the bulk of the water, it must split up there a little bit, is right up near John here. The trail crosses this also, and it's like a little mini Kinsman flume. Get over there without slipping. So we have water coming right down in that crevice. And then it kind of widens out right where we're going to cross right here. And it continues down, and this is the same water that we stopped at before. We walked along it and then cut away briefly and came back to it. So you can still water up. I'm at 1.22 miles here, and I think we're very, very close to the top now. So this is probably last chance for water. Okay, we're 1.33 miles in, and this is now the beginning of where it gets steep. It doesn't look crazy, but it has to get steep. And this is the slope angle where this coming in this part down here. Whoa. And then we're gonna go follow the red line basically right up. So we've got a short steep section coming up. Yay. This is very enjoyable.
Yeah, that's neat.
All right, up we go. Down at the first outlook, and I'm sure that there's going to be many more, but this is looking at the Sugar Loaves and the Presidentials and Mount is it Dartmouth or Deception? I think it's Dartmouth. Washington right there, and then coming around, come into focus. Let's see. We've got, this is the peak above the Nubble right there, and the shining rock there is part of the checkmark slide. That looks like a check mark, but not from this angle. And we just came up a couple slabby rocks and then through some tight woods. I mean, it was clear. You just had to lean down, and then we're climbing up more, so there will definitely be more views. This is the top of it. It's got a nice open area with essentially 360-degree views. I'll zoom in a little bit more. This is Garfield, Franconia Ridge, Cannon right there, and then Big Bickford and Scarface. Coming around is North Twin, peak above the Nubble, and the checkmark slide. That's the side of Hale right there. And then coming down to the Sugar Loaves. And in the background, well, the midground is Dartmouth and Deception. Those two bumps right there. And then, of course, the Presidentials. We've got, I don't think you can see Madison. I think you can see like Sam Adams and Adams. and Jefferson, Clay, Washington, Monroe, and Franklin. This is Mount Martha right here. Way out is Old Speck. Way out. Oh, let me make it right there. Old Speck. And then I'm a little bit obstructed to the north. We've got the Pilot Range and Cabot. And then smaller peaks to the north and to the west. If it were really clear, you could, I mean, I can see Mount Mansfield, but it's very hazy. All right. Wow, this is nice. 1.4 miles, not bad. And there are views as you come up. You come up on this end, and there's actually 2 people and a dog over there that came up behind us. I was very surprised. So anyway, this is a lot of bang for your buck. All right, gonna head down. It was 1.4 miles, half a mile on the snowmobile trail and 0.9 on the trail. All right, we're done. It was under 3 miles, and we saw people. We saw 2 groups of people, which I think is kind of crazy for a non-trail, but obviously it is a trail, just not an official trail. All right, that was lovely. I would recommend that to anybody who wants a view, you know, and doesn't want to go do a high peak. It was nice. All right, that was the Nubble.